Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good day. It's Kathy Hampton here from Wellside Retreats, Wellness and Healing Practices. Welcome to today's Journal with Me session. Glad to have you on when you come on because it's live. We have a community that actually comes in and spends some time with us. So hopefully we'll have someone join us today. But if not, you can see this on the replay. And please comment when you come in and let us know how you're doing, how you're finding journaling, and maybe even add where you're coming in from. Let's see. Put my glasses on here. Dr. Donna, good to see you. Good day to you. Yes, glad to have you here today um, on this Tuesday. It is October 7th. Wow, October 7th. And yeah, we are in October, at the throes of October. Those summer months have passed, and but we are still taking care of ourselves as these seasons change, as the world goes through many changes, and we are still here together to really take our wellness and healing and our journey forward. Yep, that's what we're here to do. Um, Good to see you, Catherine Mohammed. Um, Great that you are joining us today. I had the opportunity to spend time with Catherine Mohammed as she toured Europe. So glad that you are doing okay, and I actually um, hope that was okay for me to share. But I'm glad that we had some time together in person. It's been a while. Hello, Katrina Lilly. Good to see you here. Yes, old friends. Hola, friends. I guess I need to clean my glasses. Hola, friends. Hola. Bon, bon tard. Bon tard, as they say in the afternoon in Portuguese. Yeah, so I learned a Portuguese word today. And I've forgotten it that quickly. I wanted to share it. It's the word for strap. I had a Pilates class today, and I had to put my foot through a strap. So that's the word of the day, and I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna let you know. I think it is fila. I think is what it is. But nevertheless, getting distracted here. Welcome to Journal with Me, where we spend time in community, journaling together, downloading what's on our heart, mind, and soul, or our spirit. And we do this because there are many beneficial practices for journaling, and including self-awareness, self-observation, uh, relaxation, resting, a place of rest. Yeah, resting our minds, even our bodies. Finding a quiet space to um, to sit in so that we can calm ourselves. And in fact, today the kind of the theme of today's session is calming yourself. Calm, staying calm, being calm. How do you calm yourself during these times or in the present? And Catherine, let's see, liking the art on the wall, Kathy. Thank you. Thank you. I love my new prints that I had framed, and these are created by uh, a Brazilian artist, And I picked them up well, a few months ago, but hadn't framed them and thought that they should be framed. And they have I have a total of three of her prints, and really, really like her work. Um, Hola, Dr. Donna and Catherine. Very good. And Catherine, of course, you can share that we met up, had a wonderful visit with you. Yeah. So we had a great time together, and anyone in community, if you're in um, Portugal or Portugal, send me a note and let me know if you're coming. Take you to a few good places to eat, because and to walk. That's what Catherine and I did. We ate and walked and talked. It's a good visit. So yeah. So today's Tuesday journaling session or wellness and healing practice session, depending on what your wellness and healing practice is, your preference for is, please, by all means, you know, if you're walking, listening to this, continue walking and in meditation. You can do yoga. Um, you can draw, you can doodle, use art as a form of expression for yourself. And I hope that that is something that you do. But if you like to journal, as I do, getting words down on pages, um, then we decided to up level. Um, Up level our journaling, and I'll provide a prompt before we get off here today. But in the meantime, during our 15 minutes of journaling, we'll be using stream of consciousness, free flowing journaling, and I'll leave you with the prompt at the end where you can consider a question as part of your observation. So let's get started with grounding ourselves first. Grounding ourselves, actually calming ourselves, calming ourselves down so that we can focus with intention in our practice of wellness. And you can do that if you're sitting down. You can place your feet on uh, the ground or the floor and sitting up straight. I'm learning how to do that with my Pilates class by if you kind of inhale a little bit, not when I say that, moving your diaphragm, sucking in your tummy, and that allows you to elongate your spine. You might want to try that, and better for your posture. So please go ahead and get comfortable. If you're lying down, lie on your back with your palms facing up, or you can place your hands on your heart so that you can utilize your breath and your breathing as a focal point as we do a little short meditation, closing our eyes slightly, um, not frowning. Even might want to smile as you just because it's easier than frowning, right? Getting quiet, even though there may be noise around you, letting it float past you. Getting in touch with your breathing, the inhale and the exhale, just kind of your natural way of breathing. No deep breathing, no holding the breath. No clenching of the jaw. Allowing yourself to feel that ebb and flow of the chest rising and falling. I invite you to or speak a word of gratitude. And also affirm yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back in words aloud or whispered. Now let us take 3 cleansing breaths. We'll inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. You can do this in your own pace. I'll guide us as much as I can, but please feel free to do this on your own. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Our second breath, inhaling through the nose. One last time, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling. And return to your normal breathing pattern. As we continue to wind down before we start our practice, you can open your eyes gently and softly, allowing the eyelids to flutter somewhat. Okay. All right. Looking around at the familiar. Okay. I'm going to grab my journal, what I plan to write on. Grab a pen. I just using a notebook. You can use your notebook. You can grab a pen, marker. I have a tin of pens that I keep, excuse the noise, on the little table. And whatever you choose to use is up to you. Whatever makes you comfortable, really. And hello, Sunny L. Good day to you. Great to see you. Missed you. Glad to join you all live. It's early where you are. I understand. So good to be with you. Yeah. So we're going to spend 15 minutes. Um, yeah, 15 minutes. And I'm going to um, shut down my audio so that you aren't distracted by any of my noise right here in this window. Although it's a pretty soundproof window, I have a busy street right over here. So don't want to distract you. And I look forward to coming back and speaking with you today and talking about calm. All right. So happy journaling. All right. See you in about 15 minutes. Okay, it's roughly about 15 minutes. If you are not finished with your journaling or your practice, please continue and you can put me in the background. I hope not to disturb you too much. Um, yeah, it is. I hope that you had a good journaling session. I sure did. Have had a lot on my mind, and I think a little bit in my body also. A lot in my body. A lot of stuff stored up in my body, and I've been writing about it or journaling about it, taking notes about it, walking walking about with it. And yeah, these days have been really good days. I will say, when I say these days, the last month or so, been good days for the most part personally. Um, but of course, there's so much going on in the world that my thoughts have been all over the place. And my empathic nature has been feeling from near and far. That just so happens to be my MO. That's how I am. Had to come to grips with that, of being they say a highly sensitive person. I never really thought that that's what I was, but I think it is. I don't know that to be sure, but I do know that I feel greatly. Um, and I know that I'm not the only one who feels greatly and deeply. So I've had to figure out how to calm myself. How can I calm myself? Besides, drinking a whole bunch of good wine that is available to me just just steps away from my apartment. I mean, literally next door, and then the next door, and then the next door. I could always, I could always booze it up. I could really do that. That's quite common here. There's every place seems to have a bottle of wine that they can sell you. But I feel horrible when I've had too much to drink. I mean, it takes a minute for me to get myself back together. So that is not this type of calming I need. I need something naturally to calm myself down. So I don't claim to have all the answers. I am I actually love to hear from others. That's why I read so much. But it's nice to know how others calm themselves. And so I'm going to put in the um, on the banner in what I wrote down as the prompt for today, because we are up leveling our journaling, and you can either take this with you and or you can discuss it here online. Um, yeah, and so I'll show that. How do you calm yourself? How do you calm yourself? Or what are the ways in which you calm yourself from chaos, from what you may think is an emergency for yourself or for others, um, for things that are unexpected, things that take you, um, you know, to discomfort. Um, yeah, when you have too much to juggle, how do you calm yourself enough to address these things? A lot of us become frozen or despondent or, you know, just shut down. And I think I've done that recently in some instances. Kind of just shut myself down and not thinking about certain things that are really out of my control. So that's the question and that's the prompt. You can write that down and then maybe think about when you would have an opportunity to really observe yourself, or if you do know, yeah, how do you calm yourself? It's I haven't actually. Sometimes when we are doing so much, especially if we are that working woman, um, that traditional working woman with a family, um, sometimes we just go with the flow. There is no calming. We're always kind of up there instead of down here, we're kind of always, because this is what, drives us to keep going, that energy, that high, that higher pitch, right? Like a squealing. If it were audible, it would be like this high pitch squealing instead of this real mellow, melodic tone. Yeah, I don't have the answers, but I do know what I have done, and I'm not going to share because I want you to think of this on your own. Although I think you've heard me talk about what I've done before. Um, and if you haven't, you can catch some of the other videos about calming yourself, getting focused, allowing yourself to breathe. Um, some of us, including me, have actually held their breath, you know, and yeah, holding the breath is not so great. Um, Holding it constantly, not breathing and exhaling and inhaling and allowing yourself to breathe. And that's why the practice of breath work, various forms of breath work, are so popular now, because we've learned that our bodies require us to breathe to a certain organ, allowing ourselves to focus in on our breath, because breath is life. Our breathing is life, and you know, um, through somatic studying, um, we learn these things. More and more of us are learning about the body and how it is connected to these miraculous things like breathing, right? And movement, and how our skin is so important, and why our skin is important and what it does for us. So, oh, we have some, we have some people here. Hello, Kim S. Good to see you. Good morning. Good day to you. Sunny L. Kim S. Deborah Hale. Welcome, Deborah Hale. Thank you for joining us. And Catherine, I realized a few years back that taking a few deep breaths is very helpful in calming my mind and body. Absolutely. Deborah Hale lets us know that meditation music cry. Yes, music cry. Interesting. Meditation music cry. Thank you for that. Yeah, and please feel free to expand on that. Um, but yes, calming ourselves is so important when we can focus in on it. Because a lot of times we don't focus in on um, the calm. We focus a lot on maintaining a high level of energy that focuses on how to solve a problem quickly, how to make it work, make it happen, um, how to help, how to charge, how to how to be in that moment instead of I'm going to say it. I'm going to say retreat instead of you know retreating for a moment through calm and as you know, I've spent time in this space talking about retreating, moving away from what is no longer serving you. And you can do that somehow to calm yourself, right? Um, through retreat, if something is not serving you well. But first, you have to become aware that it's not serving you well. So these are the practices that I talk about moving away from something. What is that movement? What is that practice, right? What is the action that you take to make yourself become and feel better without the all of the all of the calisthenics, right? The bending over, the run, the stretching, how do you calm yourself, the nervous system? Dr. Donner says, I too am an empathic, but saw it as a negative thing for decades. I no longer think that. Good. I do breath work to get centered and a shot of Prosecco. I love Prosecco. Don't you love Prosecco? Yeah, I'm digging the sparkling wines. I really am. They're kind of light and fuzzy, It's like a grown-up soda pop almost. But yeah, I can't do too many of those. Katrina says, I started a balcony garden. Ah, yes. My tomato tree has given me the several harvests. Oh, great. And I have a bunch ripening now. I grow basil, lavender, and mint. The garden is my healing, calming oasis. Oh, awesome, Katrina. Oh, wow. That is awesome. I might have to take you up on that practice. I too have a nice sized balcony. Wow, that is wonderful. Yes, plants have a way of calming us if we pay attention to them. And I think with vegetables and herbs, we will pay attention, right? We pay attention to them, and they are so calming. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that. That's a great way of calming. It's so good. Yes. Okay, Deborah Hill, thank you. I mean, to just cry, to let out tension. Absolutely. Emoting. Yes. Yes. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Yes. Emoting, moaning, crying, screaming, grunting. I have found myself since I have been in this space that I grunt. I'm like, ugh, ugh. Yeah, I emote more than I have before. And I think it's because um, I am alone and I feel that I can do that more so alone than when there are people around me. That's what I used to think. Um, but yeah, that's very good. Actually, um, it is part of a practice within breath work. Sometimes it's to emote. That's when just just a few moments ago we did the cleansing breaths, and when I exhale, I do emote. I breathe outwardly with a sigh and a sound, and that relieves some tension as the cleansing breaths are to calm the spirit, right? Or to calm our nervous system. So thank you, Deborah, for sharing. I appreciate you. So this has been really good. I'm glad to have you do more with that prompt, um, whether it be just a note to yourself or reminding you of how to calm yourself, or considering what others have shared in this during this session, and excuse me, um, allowing uh, you the opportunity to try something new. If you have pots and you can garden in your pots on a balcony, or if you have a space for a garden, and sitting among your garden is quite healing. I did have not a vegetable garden, but a flower garden, and um, just lots of plants in the home that I lived in, and found so much peace sitting amongst it. Was surrounded by rather large trees, and which gave actually our family a place to be still and quiet and calming. Um, we would tend to go and sit out on the patio with all of the plant life around us. Owls sometimes would perch above us, and their sound was great, especially in the evening with the fire pit. Yeah, that's very calming. So these are great ways, but think about it some more. Observe yourself. Become aware of what you might need to calm yourself during this time and any time, right? So I decided that since um, we just come back from kind of a hiatus and we hadn't pulled any affirmation cards, because we probably won't pick up Thursday sessions until um, probably maybe November, December. I'm using Thursdays for as a writing day for myself, my writing work. So yeah, Thursdays we haven't had our affirmation days. So I encourage you to affirm yourself with a beautiful, kind message to yourself, patting yourself on the back, powerful, positive words that are kind and generous to yourself. I'm going to pull the Dear Self card deck from this deck. And you haven't done this, but I'm going to pull one from this deck and maybe another deck. And I haven't shuffled these or anything for many. Haven't even pulled them out of the drawer. I have a whole drawer, believe it or not, of some kind of a card. And this is action. Oh, I like this. This card is action. Um, and this Terisha Clark is the, let's see if I can show that to you. Terisha Clark is the author of this deck, right? And this card is named or titled Action. And I'll read it to you. I am optimistic about my future, and I acknowledge that taking action toward my goals is a necessary next step. I am ready to take action toward achieving, and there's a blank here, achieving blank by doing blank. These are the cards that have the blanks in them. Okay. I am flexible. So although I have a plan, I can be comfortable with change. With each step, I am willing to reevaluate my approach to maintain my happiness and excitement for what's to come. All right. This is a good one. This one is actually, uh, it resonates with me today, especially. And I just actually wrote something to this that, yeah, not exactly this, but has to do something like this. So it's action. I am optimistic about my future, and I acknowledge that taking action toward my goals is a necessary next step. I am ready to take action toward achieving blank by doing blank. What are you ready to take action toward? And how are you going to do it? Right? I'm ready to take action toward achieving what? By doing what? All right. So that is the card for today, coming from the Dear Self Affirmation card deck. Action, taking action. Okay. And then I think appropriately so, we pull something from the rest deck. All right. From the rest deck. From Trisha Hersey. All right. We got all these T's. Terisha and Trisha. And 50 practices to resist grind culture. We can't grind anymore, ladies, especially if you're a woman 50 and over. And if you like that, if you like what we're talking about here, no grinding, affirming yourself positively, being conscious of yourself, your self awareness, observation, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. And also click on notifications. You'll be made aware of when new videos are uploaded. I took some action yesterday and wrote out the ideas that that I have for YouTube content, because I think of things, but I don't write them down, and then I don't do them. And so what happens is that I don't produce a YouTube video except for these live sessions. So I decided to take some action on that yesterday. And I'm going to be taking action to achieving, right, my goals. So I want to encourage you. to take action on anything that you desire, have goals for. If they've changed, that's fine. Continue. Sometimes we need a pep talk about moving forward, you know, and being honest with ourselves, right? So, yeah, this card was appropriate. I'm going to say for me. I don't know if it was for you, but yeah, I had to take action because I enjoy doing the YouTube videos, but have not focused on them, and I want to. So um, I'm going to move through with that. So here's the card from the rest deck. I'm going to pull, and I hope this one is also helpful to you. I don't know. Okay, here it is. I am free. I am rested. I am cared for. I am well. That's the affirmation. Okay. And the words, it's just the words on the back of the card are the words I am are powerful because they speak in the affirmative for your deepest needs and desires. You can call forth rest, care, and liberation from the hold grind culture has over you. You can speak in the power I will rest. I must rest. I am rest. Rest is available always. Your rest is sacred. It is. It's quite sacred. And sometimes we don't realize that until we do rest. And you think to yourself, wow, that was a good nap, or that was a great walk, or that was really good taking myself on a date. Have you ever done that? Taking yourself on a date? I just realized that taking one on, I had commonly taken myself on dates, but didn't realize that that would be a form of rest until it is. Rest is comes in many forms, and it allows us to focus outside of the chaos, the crush, um, the guilt, the fear, anything that upsets us. Rest is can take its place, and resting allows us to get calm. So the gardening, the crying, the screaming, right? The actions that we take that help us find that calm is so important. So I'm going to be leaving you right now in a few seconds, but I want to encourage anyone coming in on replay to think about the prompt of how do you calm yourself. I thank the community for coming together today, uh, and yeah, being holding one another up with our familiarity, um, and because that's important. I'm finding that to be really important as I've moved away. When you don't have familiarity, there's this gap somewhere. And having familiarity is really important. Not just your family, but friends or acquaintances that you knew before you got to the other space. So I appreciate my friend uh, and actually, yeah, my friend Catherine, who who stopped by on her travels, her journey to see me. It was really, really important. And yeah, I have my Porto shirt on. I had to get a port. I had to get a. I had to get a tourist shirt. I don't call myself a tourist anymore. I had to get a Porto shirt because it was cool one day, cool in the morning, and we were overdressed. But Catherine was not. I was, and I had to find a place to find a short sleeve shirt. I had a sweater on. I had a sweater on, and it was killing me. So, but yeah, it was great to have familiarity around as after a while of being here for a year, and it'll be a year and 4 months, um, that those who I am familiar with, family, even friends, uh, are at a greater distance, and you haven't seen them all that much, except for electronically, and so much is going on that you need to have that familiarity uh, in your life. So if and so what I want to do is share that um, my family and some friends, we don't say goodbye. We say talk to you soon, or see you soon. We don't say goodbye anymore. Um, and yeah, just something for you to think about. But yeah, please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, come back here to this familiar place. It hopefully will be familiar to you, and spend time with us live. And I will be in touch. I'll see you all next next Tuesday. Thank you for this session. Sometimes we need a reminder just to be, to live, to breathe. Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely, Katrina Lilly. I appreciate you, friend. I really do. And yeah, just to be, right? Take care. Stay calm and peaceful. And I'll see you again next week. Sending much love to you. All right. Bye bye. Oh, see you soon.